What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Marcia Becker.
Here to record our final Halloween review leading up to Halloween 2018, which we are very excited about. We've already recorded reviews for all the other movies, and this is the last for us to do. Even though Rob Zombies technically came later, we did those first. So
thankfully,
yeah, this is Halloween Resurrection, guys. This is the 8th in the series, and this is a real downhill battle for me, in my opinion. So let me go first on this one, since you went first on the last one, Marcia.
Go for it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one. I actually liked the idea of a reality show getting embroiled with Michael Myers, because the third Meg book, Meg Primal Waters, is about a reality show running afoul of megalodons, and I actually really like that. So I think blending reality shows with certain horror situations are fun. This was just executed so poorly, and I think it just could have been done so much better, and it was stunt casting all the way, and it was so disappointing. LL Cool J was in the last one, so they had to get Busta Rhymes for this one, and he was god awful. He was like kind of okay about 25% of the time. And then whenever he's doing his, Chun-Li Wah shit, it's so ridiculous.
Oh my god,
and
it's so
stupid.
great. Are you
It's the
kidding
worst
me?
ever.
This is the best.
And then, the people that we follow are reality show contestants that get sent to the Myers house to record a reality show that's been set up already by the people. So what I'm wondering is how the production crew set everything up. If Michael's been living in the basement, why did he not kill all the production crew when it's
Because
like
he was
so
waiting.
much stupid
He was
stuff?
waiting for Halloween.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. That's so dumb.
He's really good at hiding. That's one thing that Michael is really good at. He's really good at hiding. He's really good at playing tricks, and he's really good at killing people.
So outside of the first 10, 12 minutes of this movie, it has absolutely nothing to do with the stories that came before it. It's just Michael going after reality show contestants.
Mm-hmm.
The first 12 minutes, though, are extraordinarily disappointing to anyone that liked the last movie, or the first two movies, or Jamie Lee Curtis, period. Because that's where we get Michael killing Laurie for the first time, even though she, who knows what's going to happen in the new one. But yeah, well, technically it's the second time, because she had to kill the Laurie Strode identity the first time. It's so ridiculous. Anyway,
But he didn't kill her the first.
He essentially did. He had to kill her personality. She had to kill her personality because of him. So.
Right, but that doesn't count. He didn't kill her.
No, but it's metaphorical,
Okay.
Marcia. Anyway, so she goes down. I like that she tried to have a fight. And the reason for her actually going down kind of made sense, because she found out that Michael wasn't actually Michael at the end of H2O. And so when she caught Michael in this one, she wanted to make sure it was him, which was just stupid. But anyway, so that's, Michael, that's the story in a nutshell. And I just was not a big fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the story? And then we'll get into the acting.
Okay, so overall story, I mean, it is ridiculous, and I almost feel like it was meant to be ridiculous. I don't think there was anything serious about this movie, and I think that's why I loved it, because it's just fun. It's just meant to be fun.
It, guys.
I love this movie. It's so great. I love it.
Do you like it better than 4, 5, and 6? Where do you rank this? Actually, don't say, because we're gonna do a separate Halloween ranking video.
Okay, I'll keep it to
But my God, I'm so curious to hear your ranking. Like, people's eyeballs are gonna pop out of their head when they see your ranking, I think. Be like, I like Resurrection, and then Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie. Those are the two best.
Come on, let me
Sorry,
okay.
go ahead.
So I like the beginning of the movie. I like him coming and finding Laurie in the asylum. I thought that was a cool switch up, where you actually got to see, instead of him being in, you imagine when they're doing the whole story and following the nurses into the room, you think you're gonna see Michael, but you actually see Laurie, and you see her there pretending to be mentally ill, faking taking the pills, because she's preparing for Michael to show up at any time. So she's prepared. She even had a whole gauntlet set up on how to trap him if he does show up, and to kill him once and for all.
I don't know how dropping him off a 1.5-story roof would destroy
Considering
him
it hasn't, he's done it multiple times now and he still hasn't worked.
For real.
But she was trying to hang him, and then like cut off his head. Who knows? But it didn't work out in her favor. She ends up dying, and I like the fact she's like, "See you in hell." Like,
she kisses him first. What? Why? Why would she do that?
It's her brother. It's her brother. Come on. So we go into the story. Fast forward when we go. Now we're in the Michael Myers house, and we're doing the reality TV show. So I like the fact that they are, like you said, like I think it was an interesting idea to make it a reality haunted house ghost story show, and it was really huge, and it's not as huge as anymore, but back then, like those type of shows were really, really big. And I remember Fear from MTV and stuff like that. So I think that was probably what really sparked the idea of doing something similar. And because everybody talked about how those shows are fake and everything's just like made to happen so that way the show's interesting, that's why they did that there. And I think their way they get away with the whole Michael thing is like nobody ever went into that area, so they never discovered Michael. And Michael just kind of hung out and waited for Halloween and to see what happens. I feel like Michael's the type of person who just kind of see what happens, and when he gets a house full of people that he can murder, he's like, okay, I'm gonna murder everybody now. So I like that. I loved it when like Busta Rhymes and Michael face each other, and and Busta Rhymes is all like, what the hell? I'm supposed to be Michael, and doopity doopity doop, and Michael's all like, what? You know, like he doesn't even
just
know.
Like looks at him like, what the fuck are you?
What are you talking about? What's happened?
And then he's like, you know what? You go kill that Tyra Banks who's sitting out by herself right now.
Yeah.
That's what you need to go do right now.
He's like, all right, I'll go kill Tyra Banks.
Okay, fine. All right. And then we don't see anything about it until like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
I did like the Skull Crusher.
That was so weak though. I like Skull Crushers that actually like flatten the skull and you see the eyes pop out and stuff like that. I don't like just the one that's like, and then they just add bloody tears. It's like that doesn't. Sound effects and bloody tears does not a crushed skull make to me.
Well, I still enjoyed it. I like the bloody skull. I thought the kills were pretty.
That's fair.
I feel like they used a lot of gore.
You.
I like the gore. I like the crushing the skull. I like the kills. I like the fake boob out. I thought that was funny. I like the whole like
the boob fake out.
Yeah. Boob.
Fake boob out sounds like someone brought out a fake boob.
Right.
But
there's Starbuck was
Starbuck,
in it.
yeah.
The
Katie
guy.
Sackhoff.
That guy from
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year in Apple Pie.
You're doing too much of this in our reviews right now, Marcia. American Pie.
American Pie. Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3, and American Reunion.
Yeah, he was.
I saw him in this. I was like, "Who are you? Why do I know you? Why do I know you?" And I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, he's the Rookie of the Year." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right. He was like the straight guy on, like the straight friend on." And I don't mean like orientation-wise. I mean like the not funny one.
Right.
And he maintained that in this. He was not funny.
He tried really hard, but it didn't work out. I like the fact when Starbuck was sitting in the sister's like vanity and chair and stuff, and she's like brushing her hair, and he's all like, "Yeah, she's sitting there brushing her hair naked when he murdered," and she's like, "Oh, really? Like, I'm still gonna keep doing this because that's not creepy at all." I don't know. I really dug it. With the first kill when he was in the house with the tripod, and so you got the POV shot, but it was like an actual like video camera.
Like what tripod has a freaking spike on the bottom of it like that?
Like it's used for outdoor events.
Okay, yeah, a lot of grass that one goes into, I guess. Good Lord.
It's so ridiculous. It's not meant to be like super serious.
I know.
It's not,
and it doesn't achieve it.
And then you had there's the live feeds, right? So you had the people on the internet.
Oh yeah, the B story, Decker.
Yeah.
This high school freshman that is apparently somehow connected himself via online chat rooms, which is what they were called. Like it's a Yahoo chat room, I think they say. And it's like, oh my God, no one even knows what those are anymore.
Right.
Like, but anyway, he like has met her through this online chat room. So he's watching the live feed of Dangertainment. But she doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know he's a freshman, but he's like guiding her through things towards the end. And it just is, it's such a silly way to play it, because there's this group of high school kids watching the feed and like cheering and stuff. Like, to me, that was the movie having to create its own positive audience.
Right.
Like, it's like, here, you guys, look at how much fun these kids are having watching what's going on. And it's like, you should be enjoying it too. And it's like, nah, I see through you, movie. I know what you're trying to do.
I thought it was really funny because, like, he sneaks away from the party scene so he could go watch his pretend girlfriend, like,
and then
on
the
the
party
show.
migrates to...
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. I feel like, though, that's a party that I would be at, because I would be like, oh, cool, yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
This is way more
Well,
interesting.
you especially, in the lover of serial killer lore and stuff like that.
Ooh,
Like,
Michael
what is this
Myers.
about? Michael Myers?
Ow.
And then,
Ooh.
you know, you would be like, let me control the angles.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Be like, tell her to go upstairs.
You'll be like, just going up the stairs. Be like, run for the stairs, fast.
I don't know. I have fun with these movies. I think that's why I like it so much. It's just because it's
That's
fun.
fair.
It's not super serious. You get some good... I feel like you get some good kills. And you get to watch these little people, like, just, you know, die. And, oh my God.
Well, not little people. Just...
No, they're younger. These young Spartan
There aren't just a bunch of little people that show up and get
they're
slaughtered.
so young, and then, like, you think of them, you watch them now through the years and looking back, and you're like, oh my gosh, look at these people.
Yeah, Tyra
It's
Banks is
amazing.
one of the most surprising ones. She has this whole career now through modeling and America's Top Model and all that stuff, and she's like crazy huge. And to think this was made in 2002, so it's like 16 years ago.
Yeah.
But man, even she looked super young.
Yeah.
But she's just like this. She's not even the head cheese. She's just like Busta Rhymes' assistant, like camera
Or
operator,
girlfriend.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
like,
they had a thing. They were a partnership. They were doing things. They were getting stuff done.
they were making stuff happen.
They were gonna go big, y'all. Big, blow it up. Speaking about blowing up, I love my favorite part is when he's all like, trick or treat, motherfucker, and he like blows him up with like.
He even has this weird pause. It's like, trick or treat, motherfucker, and it's like, what? Why was that there? Why did you need to do that? Why did you need to look at the ground again?
Because it's awesome.
Like, no, that's him. Like, he like, it's almost like he went trick or treat. What's my line? Motherfucker.
I love it. I don't care. You guys can hate me all you want. I don't care. I love this movie because I think it's super fun. I love Busta Rhymes. I love it.
He busts your ass. No, here's the thing though. I did watch, there was an alternate ending on my DVD. A couple of them actually. I didn't like the way this one ended. This one went to, it's funny. Watching this, I was like, oh, motherfucker, Terrifier got the ending from this movie. Not really, because Terrifier's, ending, the whole bad guy being wheeled into the morgue and still being alive has been done more than just these two movies. Yeah. But it is exactly the same. Like in this one, except in this one it's unsatisfying. In Terrifier, he actually kills the guy and all that stuff. It's really cool.
I think it would be a lot better if he
but in
does
this,
a slow sit up and then he's all like.
The slow sit up. Well, how silly would that look though with that mask the way it looks? Because he was what did he call him? He was like he didn't call him a Krispy Kreme motherfucker. He called him he called crispy something like extra crispy or something like that. Extra crispy motherfucker. And then you see his mask like half burned away and stuff. And of course the last shot of the movie is just the chick's arm reaching over Michael and his eyes open in the background, and it's like, ugh. But the other ending was really cool, actually. It doesn't go all the way to the morgue. It's when they wheel him out, and she opens it up and looks at him. Suddenly his eyes open there and grab Busta Rhymes' throat, and he's like, oh. And then she literally goes and grabs an axe off the fire truck and fucking plants the axe right in his face.
Oh, that would have been a much better ending.
Oh my god, it was such a great ending. I was like, and then it cuts to black. I was like, oh, that was so much better.
See, I need that. I need
you gotta
that
watch
version.
that. Yeah, you gotta watch that version.
Why didn't they do that?
Dude, it was so cool because she was just straight up Laurie Strode badass, like, oh no, screw this guy, whack! Yeah. And it was right in, and they like show it, like, boom, Barry in his face.
Yeah, that would have been a much better ending.
It was so much cooler than what they did. Again, I'm guessing Mustafa Akkad, if he was still alive in this one, I know he was getting up there in age, and Malik, his son, started to take over the franchise. Malik's still producing to this day on the new one. But if he was still around, I'm sure they did it because he refused to let Michael die. Yeah. He refused to have him just die off.
Yeah.
But
which makes sense.
Yeah,
but, I mean, at the same time, like, he's got hit in the face with the axe before, and he's fine.
Well, did he?
Or chest or something.
No, not with an axe. He's
been hit with axes before.
Well, you're right. He was actually, I think you're right. Yeah, he was hit like right about here with an axe at one point, but nonetheless, not buried in his face. Yeah. And that was just such a cool ending. I wish they would have gone with that. It would have actually gotten some extra points for me. From me.
And I mean, and it makes sense because it would be the end of this series, and they're rebooting it anyways. I feel like after 2 or 3 movies, they reboot they refresh with him, which is very strange. Mm-hmm. Poor Michael. They're like, nobody's happy with the way things are going, so they just keep rebooting him.
Yeah, so kick him back to the beginning.
Start over.
The music in this was not good. I did not like the music in this one. I actually was listening for it, and they buried the Halloween track so much and all this other, like, it was you could barely hear it at times, but for the most part it was just other stuff that was like, it was just bad. It was badly produced, in my opinion. I just did not like the music at all. It was more distracting than anything. Yeah. Not really good on the music.
It took away from the whole, it's the Michaelness of Halloween, and it is going through these movies. It does surprise me on how much that theme song gets lost through all these movies after the first movie, and I don't know why they would choose to do that. They don't want to
pay for. Well, I guess they have to pay even just to use a part of it. You might as well just use more of it.
And you might as well. You're gonna get the money back.
Because they have to hire a composer to do their spin, and so every composer wants to do their version of it.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, you don't see that with Nightmare on Elm Street, or
sure you do.
Do you?
Oh yeah, there's tinkered versions, but they do stay closer to the original formula than the other ones, or than the Halloween ones did, I believe. It's going to be interesting. After having done this 10-movie rewatch, I'm actually excited to go through and do some of the bigger series that we haven't done yet.
It's been on our list to do. I am too. Like, especially Friday the 13th. I haven't watched all of those. So,
oh, really? At all?
Yeah. So
I found myself, like, honestly, I have so much other stuff to watch, including Mandy, which I watched the first hour of today, because I had finally finished these. But I found myself more desiring to watch. Like, I was like, I don't remember the next one. I want to go to the next one. Mm-hmm. And like, I know that's what's going to happen, except for Nightmare on Elm Street and Chucky. I know those freaking inside and out. Yeah. But all the other ones. I don't know if I could do Chucky. You got to do Chucky. Come on. How could you not? With the new movie and the series coming out, you got to get in on it. Oh my god. Your perspective is perfect for it.
It gives me nightmares.
I know, exactly. That's the reason. So here we go. Guys, we'll circle back on all that stuff later.
But Resurrection was awesome. Cecil agrees.
Bad. No, not good. Bad movie.
I can't wait to do the top 10 because everybody's going to hate
I know. Our ranking is going to be really interesting. We can't do the ranking until after the new one comes out. So
I can't wait for the new one. High or low expectations?
Actually, after watching all of these, I am really, really excited about this one. Because having watched them all and having watched all of the diversions from the original storyline, like back to back to back, I'm like, no, let's just go back. Like, I feel like whoever came up with this idea watched them all back to back, and it's like, fuck it, scrap everything after one. Let's just go from there. Mm-hmm. And I don't actually blame them for that because of the way it all was such like an up and down roller coaster that just had like such way more valleys than peaks, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So I'm way more excited to see this. And now, having watched again, the setup of H2O is my favorite Halloween movie since one. Mm-hmm. Like the first hour of it, I liked that a lot because delving into Laurie so many years later was so interesting to me. And now we get to do it even more years later, twice the amount of years later, having ignored all that other stuff.
I just
hope like what is not Headmistress Laurie like? What is Shut-In Laurie like?
And I think it would be interesting if they're able to make Michael again and really focus on that.
Make Michael great again.
Michael. No, like make it interesting. Make his kills interesting. Bring back the original notes that we got from John Carpenter's Halloween, and how are you going to explain 40 years later and how that he's 80 years old? Like,
well, he's not 80 years old. He's not that old.
He's older
he's
than
like
Laurie.
70 something.
He's like 15 or 16.
Whatever.
15 or
Have you
16.
seen how some people age?
Anyways, it'll be interesting to see how they explain that and how like he was been dormant for all this time, and because it's a big gap.
He's been in the thing in the asylum.
Oh, they put him back in the asylum.
Yeah, remember when we watched the trailer? He's been locked up in the asylum the whole time.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's how they handle it. He gets caught after, but that's a lot. That's a big question. Are they gonna do some sort of flashback scene showing, or I'm guessing they're just gonna do it in exposition. Someone's gonna say what happened after he got up and walked away.
You know what I hope that they do? Newspaper. Michael Myers caught on the street.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's probably it'll be as simple as something like that.
Like done.
Yeah.
All
something
right.
as simple as like that. So
I don't need a lot of story on that.
No, it's just like plug and play. Let's just do this new one.
Let's do it. Let's get to the killing.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks big. He looks
big. He looks badass. And the people that saw the scene at the convention, the comic convention, I'm not sure which one it was, but they said the scene they showed was him literally walking from house to house just killing people on Halloween night. And I'm like, that is really awesome if they're just doing that.
That's how Michael Myers should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
so are you excited then?
I am excited. I'm not going to say like I have super high expectations because I don't want to be crushed by it being stupid. But as you can tell, I like stupid Michael Myers. I like good Michael Myers. I just love the idea of someone going around and murdering a bunch of teenagers on Halloween. I think it's great. So
cool.
I'm excited.
Right on. Well, that's going to do it for our Halloween Resurrection review and predictions on Halloween 2018.
Look for it.
Why don't you guys let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on Halloween Resurrection. Are you more in my camp or more in that one's camp? I'm guessing not that
If you're
one's
a fan,
camp.
you like it all.
Whatever. That's not true at all. All right. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Marcia Becker.
Click the link in the description box for our Patreon if you want to join up and tell us what movies to watch, or if you want to join us on some live streams, you can do that via that Patreon link.
Yeah.
Until next time, though, stay scared.